What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to a new season here in Forza Horizon 5. So today we're going to be jumping into the spring season, or the hot season here in Mexico. And with the new season comes new rewards. So you can see that for our seasonal progress here in spring, we can get either the, not either, but we can get the Lamborghini Gallardo Spider at 25 points and the Pill Trident at 45 points. So for our weekly Forzathon challenge, it is the Kazi, and so we have to use a 92 Ford Escort, Cosworth, which we'll do at some point. The weekly Forzathon shop is actually still updating on a daily basis, but today you can actually get the Lamborghini Sesto. I think this stays for the entire week, and then these like other rewards over here are the ones that rotate out, but awesome that you can get a Forza Edition Lamborghini Sesto Elemento there if you don't have it yet. Let's see, we've got the trial event. 'Tis the season to be hooning. To get the Hoonigan Kazi. I hope it's not the one that they give you at the beginning of the game. It'd be pretty lame if it is, but we'll see when we get there. Got a event lab for this week. The seasonal playground games gives you the dial-up modem horn. Get your 3 PR stunts that all give you wheel spins. We've got the Auld Lang Syne. That gives you the Aston Martin Vantage from 2019. The New Beginnings Seasonal Championship will give you the Ferrari 575M. And then the down for the Countdown Cross Country Seasonal Championship will give you the Mercedes-Benz G63 6x6. And that's actually what we're going to be jumping into today. We'll look at the rest of the seasonal playlist real quick. You've got a Too Cool to Air treasure hunt here. And then the photo challenge is Unpeelleavable. And we just have to take a photo of that Pill Trident that we get as a seasonal reward. And that'll get that. And the air guitar emote will be ours. So, like I said, we're going to jump into the Down for the Countdown seasonal cross-country championship to get that Mercedes 6x6. Looking at the car restrictions here, we have to use a pickup in 4x4, and it has to be in C-Class. So I've got 3 of those already set up and revving to go. So I'll jump over to the championship. We'll jump into our first vehicle, and I'll see you guys here in a second. All right, so the first vehicle we're going to be jumping into is the 2017 Ford Raptor. This isn't a Shelby Raptor, this is just the paint job that I put on it, but the share code for the tune will be up on the screen now. This is actually a vehicle that I tuned myself, so we'll see how it does. This is a cross-country championship, so be wary of that, but we'll go ahead and take a look at those races and then jump into that first event. Actually, before we start here, I want to try to plug something. A lot of people are having issues with these events not giving them the reward after doing the seasonal championship. So before you start this seasonal championship, go ahead and hit start, go into your settings, go into difficulty, and make sure you have it set to highly skilled drivatar difficulty. I don't know if this will actually fix the issue for some of you, but I've always had my drivatar difficulty set to highly skilled, like since I've started playing Horizon 5, and I've never had an issue with the seasonal championships not giving me the reward. So I don't know if that has to do with anything, but let's take a look at these races. I know it has it set to highly skilled by default in the seasonal championships, but this may be the issue. I'm not sure. All right, so it looked like we did have 2 circuit races and a sprint race. So as we get into the sprint race here, the Las Dunas cross country sprint race, again, if I go in here into difficulty, it's got it locked at highly skilled, but some people have reported that setting it before they enter the championship has seemed to fix that issue. So I don't know if it will for you or not. Definitely let me know down below if it does. All right, here we go, jumping into this race. Let's see how my Raptor can do here. I'm interested to see how competitive it can be. Hopefully we don't have any issues out of it. big jump to start it out with. I just threw some of this equipment onto the Raptor just because I think it looks cool. So it adds a little bit of weight, which is good for off-roading, is what this game sees it as, at least, because it holds your car down. But we are way up into first after that run down the volcano. I think this thing has upgraded brakes almost all the way, I think. I can't remember if it's that. Can't remember if it was this car that I had the brakes all the way upgraded. I'm pretty sure that it was, so it does feel a little slow, but we are in C class, so that may be the reason for that. Drivatars are still a little bit further behind us, so as long as they stay back there, we'll be fine. So something you should know as well is you don't actually have to come in first in all three of these races. This is a championship, so you do have to do 3 races, but you don't have to come in first on all 3 of them. You just have to make sure the points at the end of the championship come out in your favor for you to be in first on the point leaderboard. And I can show you what that looks like after we get through this race, but definitely after we get through the second race. It'll be a little easier to show you. I'm pretty pleased with this tune, actually. If you do use it, definitely let me know down in the comments below what you think of it. If you got any creative feedback, definitely use that. I'm trying to make it to where in at least most of these videos that I do for the seasonal championships, I'm at least doing 1 tune. But I'm trying to make it to where, you know, I'm getting a little more experience with the way you can upgrade and stuff like that. So I'm going to be curious if these Drivatars just cut through. No? Okay. I've had an issue in the past where they literally just cut through that. Maybe it was this jump, actually. It definitely was this jump. So we'll keep an eye out on this as we go over this. Yeah, the Drivatars at like one point just cut through the sand. I was a little bit further ahead than I am now, but they didn't actually take the jump. They just drove through the sand. Ooh, that was a bad turn there. But we did get first place. Alright, and so since we did get first place, we got 20 points, as you can see on that far right. So this is the leaderboard just for the actual race here. So if I hit continue, this is the championship leaderboard. So you can see we are in first place with 20 points on the championship leaderboard. So this is where you have to come in first at the end of the 3 races. So I'm going to go jump into our next vehicle, and then we'll start up that next race promptly after that. All right, so here is our next vehicle. This is the 1970s GMC Jimmy. We actually used this in the last season for one of the championships, I think. Or maybe it was Playground Games. I can't remember. But the share code has changed because we did throw another tune on it. And the share code, along with the tuner's name that we're using, will be up on the screen now if you want to check it out. But we'll go ahead and jump into this next race, which is a circuit race. Something else I want to mention is you don't have to use 3 different vehicles for this event. You can pick one of the cars that I'm using, or if you do find another vehicle and tune that works out well for you, definitely let us know down below in the comments. But you only have to use 1 vehicle for these 3 races. So don't worry about trying to pick 3 different vehicles like I am. I just do this for the sense of giving you guys some extra content and showing you different options that can be used for these events. So we'll go ahead and jump into this next race and see what this Jimmy can do. All right, Vistera Cross Country Circuit, and here we go. So this is a circuit race. We do have a Jeep Renegade. Usually those give us issues. I don't know, can't remember if that was in the last race. I think that it was. But usually the PJ5 Renegade Jeeps typically run away with these races. I know we've had issues in the past where we it's almost impossible to keep up with them or even catch them on these cross-country events. I'm assuming it was in that last race. Ooh, we just got sucked into the ground there. Okay, Renegade was going Renegade, if you want to call it that. Something with these events as well, when you're racing these drivatars, definitely don't be afraid to use them to get around turns faster. Again, these are when you're racing drivatars. Don't do it in online races against other players, but these drivatars will not give you any kind of slack, so sometimes you got to race a little dirty. But we are up into second place, which is good to see. So right here, we're going to kind of bounce off that drivatar, use them to get around that turn a little bit faster. But we are up into first place now in the first lap, which is good to see. This thing is a little bit understeer, but that's not to be unexpected. I mean, it's a huge tank essentially, right? I mean, we're only in C class, so there's not too many upgrades that can be thrown on this thing. And I'm assuming that it's more so just power that was thrown onto it. But we are into our second lap here. I won't waste your all's time and make you sit through this race since we're up in the first. I will jump back if anything interesting or funny happens. But if nothing of that sort does happen, I will see you guys towards the end of that final lap. Alright, so we're coming up on the final little runway, straight away to the finish line on the third lap here. Drivatars kept up with me for the most part in that. It was that one turn on the beach that kept slowing me down in this thing, but we finished first. We never really lost first. It was just that one little line, or one little turn that continually slowed me down, so. But we did get 20 more points for coming in first. As I go here, you can see we have 40 points in total on the championship. So we're gonna go ahead and jump into our final vehicle and into that final race. All right, so our final vehicle here is going to be the 1976 Jeep CJ5 Renegade. So we're gonna give this a shot. I've never actually used the Renegade in any cross-country championships in Horizon 5 or even Horizon 4. So we're going to give it a shot here. The share code for the tune that we're using on it will be up on the screen now if you want to check it out. But we're going to go ahead and jump into this and see if it can perform here. So we'll jump into this final race. All right, so the air-filled cross-country circuit. And let's go get it. So this is the final race. I think what I'm going to do on this race is come in second place on purpose, just so you guys can see that you do not have to come in first in all three of these events. Okay, that was kind of a douchey move from the Gladiator. But we'll get up in the first place, and then I'll forfeit first place to one of the drivatars, just so that you guys can see that the you know, the tune was good enough to get up in the first, but we forfeited it, you know, just for the sake of showing you guys that second place is okay. Realistically, you don't even have to come in second place. You just have to make sure the points work out for you in the end. So we're getting up to first place a little bit slower in this event, which is fine. You don't have to get there immediately. We're going to cut on the inside there. It seems like we're a little bit faster. This thing is actually really stable for how small it is. I figured it would kind of be all over the place, but we're going to get up on the inside of the drivatar there, and first place is now ours. So we'll just kind of hang on to this for a while until we get onto that last lap, and then we'll forfeit it to one of the drivatars. But we'll probably go ahead and skip towards that, just so you guys don't have to sit here and watch me do this race. Apparently I got that checkpoint somehow. But yeah, just so you guys don't have to sit here and watch me go through this circuit again 2 more times. So I'll see you guys towards the end of the race here in a second. Alright, so we're on to the final lap. I've actually just decided I'm gonna try to slow down here just to give the Drivatars some chance to catch back up. That way if we need to fight back for, you know, a position or two, we can still do that with plenty of time. I'm just trying not to absolutely hit the brakes. Come on. I'm like barely on the gas right now. Trying to have them catch up and get one of them past me. Alright, Mr. Ranger, you're gonna be first place there. Don't let anybody else by. Okay, or let the other CJ5 by. We're just gonna pass them up on the inside here though. And now we're just gonna hang out. Where's the other? He dropped back that much? But we're just gonna stay behind this Ranger here. Get a wicked draft off of him. Get some drafting points there, and then across the line we will go into second place. Again, that was all planned. So finished second in the airfield cross-country circuit. You can see we got 16 points there. If I hit next, we do still have the points to win out the championship. So if I hit continue, it's going to take us to the screen here. This is just for the race, seeing that they came in first place. And if I hit next, bam, there's the Mercedes-Benz AMG 6x6. All right, so there we go. That's how you can get the Mercedes-Benz AMG G63 6x6 here in Forza Horizon 5 for free. You can actually buy this from the auto show if you would rather do that, or if you've missed out on the seasonal championship. It does cost over 500,000 credits though, so this is a good way to get it for, you want to call it semi-free because you got to spend money on the tune for the cars and potentially the actual vehicles themselves, but nonetheless, definitely much more cost efficient than spending a cool $500,000 on, you know, this when you can get it for, you know, whatever the cost of those car tunes were. So hope you guys did enjoy the video or found it helpful. If you did, definitely leave a like on the video. Definitely get subscribed for future Forza Horizon 5 content just like this. But yeah, we'll see you in the next video. Happy New Year's. Crazy to think that 2021 is only a few days away from being over. So hope you guys have a great New Year's. We'll see you in the next video.